that people aren't able to make money using social media. Well, the reason why is because they're spending all their time chatting about where they went to lunch today, taking pictures of their lunch, saying, I'm tired, I'm going to go take a nap. Good night, Twitterites. Good morning, Twitterites. They're doing all these things that do nothing to build their brand, and having people who don't want to carry on a business relationship the same way they do a personal relationship. And it actually repels them, besides taking far too much time for the business people who are using those techniques. So if you think about it for just a moment, when I talk to you, I want to know how's your knee, I want to know how's your business, how's everything, and I have these conversations with you. But because you're my friend, when I walk into Best Buy and I want to have the guy recommend the best big screen TV to me, I don't care whether he just broke up with his girlfriend last night. I don't care what he had for lunch, and I don't care if he feels like he needs a nap or feels underpaid. None of those things are things that I care about. But if he approached me like he would a friend, he is actually going to drive me away because he will be talking to me as you would a friend. And so you need to draw a clear line between personal social media usage and business social media usage, and not cross the line from business into personal. If someone wants to talk to you on a personal basis from business, and there are some businesses that it is valuable to have more of a personal relationship with people, a doctor, a dentist, a financial manager, the kinds of things where there are advantages in having an additional knowledge about someone's life. And it never hurts to say, hey, I saw the pictures of your cute new baby. All those things are appropriate, but what becomes inappropriate is when you are sharing personal elements of your life that your audience, your customers, don't care to know. That's where the line gets crossed, and that's what causes companies over and over and over again to drop out of social media because they're not making money. It's all about the content. It's all about proving that you're knowledgeable. It's all about proving that you can be trusted. It's all about proving that you are the very best supplier of information, products, and services in that particular niche. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not saying that you should be a boring automaton and never reveal anything personal about your life. What I am saying is that there is a line that you need to not cross, and that when you do reveal personal elements of your life, you do it occasionally and carefully chosen. And those are the two key words. Not just right and left, sharing all kinds of aspects about your personal life. People don't care what you had for lunch. People don't care that you're feeling sick today. All those kinds of things. It's just there is a significant difference. So that's a key rant. But I have found that it makes all the difference in the world with companies, whether they make money or not, using social media. And it's the people who try to do it. And unfortunately what's happened is there's a whole group of social media teachers out there who are teaching exactly the opposite. And as a result, there's a lot of people who bought into that. That's the reason why you should use social media. In fact, there's actually a video that I have up right now that that takes you through this in a little bit more detail and explains the rationale a little bit better than I just did. But as you do that, I think you'll come to understand exactly what it is that I'm talking about. So, Jason, next question.
Right.
What do you think the 3 biggest reasons are why people don't use social media? I'll give you 4 because there's 4 of them right on top of each other. Let's see how good you do on this one. You did such a great job on the last.
Well, I know that, one of the things that I faced when I started seeing these new tools popping up, Twitter and Facebook and, Yelp and all kinds of things I could tap into is just going, well, where am I going to find the time to do all that? It's just going to take too much time.
Good.
I think other people would go, well, yeah, that looks friendly and nice and fun and all, but it's I don't see that it's going to make me any money. I'd say a third reason is overwhelm. It's like, okay, maybe it's going to make me money. Maybe I can find some time, but where in the heck do I start? And there's 10 of them that I keep hearing about, and I don't know which one to do first or how they're supposed to work together. So I just get overwhelmed and then I don't do it. That's all I got for now on the spot.
You're really good. You're really good. Okay, so number one reason, and this is a poll we took of hundreds of small business owners, asking them these questions, okay? Number one reason, I don't know how to use it correctly. And so they don't know the skills. And so one of the skills I just taught you is don't pursue it like a personal one. Focus on imparting information. Secondly, it takes too much time. You nailed that one right on the head. Third one is it's difficult to track the results. And that one's actually not that hard.
Yeah.
And I'll explain that a little bit more before we get done with this call. And number 4 is there's too many social media sites out there. As you said, the overwhelm piece.
Right.
And then the fifth one, which drops down considerably, is not seeing results, non-monetarily related. In fact, what we actually have discovered is in our studies we have found that 50% of all the companies who are using social media are at least breaking even on it. And many of them are making a ton of money. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
That was actually quite surprising to me when I saw that, because I would have thought that number would have been considerably lower as to the number of companies that are making money. But what it's showing is the companies, even though they don't know how to use it correctly, and even though it's taking too much time, and even though it's difficult to track results, and there are too many of the sites out there, what they're doing is at least breaking even. And so people are saying, wow, there's a tremendous opportunity as soon as I start to understand this more, now I'll be able to really kick this thing into overdrive. And that's part of the reason I think we're here today, is to talk about some techniques that will do that. So let's go down and talk about a couple of these very specific techniques that I think would be very helpful for you. Let's start with the Twitter one, okay? All right. So this one starts to ask the question, what do you post in your Twitter feed? Well, here's the toughest part about Twitter. In fact, I was actually thinking about this today. I've watched a number of the social media gurus out there, and this isn't just Twitter. This is everywhere. And I've gone to dinner with them, and I've sat there and watched them at dinner with their iPhone out, like posting 10 times during dinner. And here they're turning from their real life, what we call sometimes in the IT world, meet world friends. And they're ignoring their real-life friends who are sitting there at the table with them, wanting to hold a conversation with them, so they can carry on a continuing conversation with thousands of people who have, if they were to walk past them on the street, wouldn't even know who they were. And I've said to them, why don't you just put that away? And they say to me, I can't, because I have to do this to continue my momentum with these people.
Right.
And I sit there and it's like, well, I'm a social media expert. My iPhone's in my pocket and has been all day. What's the difference between you and I? And basically what the difference is that I have systems in place that regularly post, and so it appears like I'm sitting at dinner posting those things, when in reality I've got it in my pocket and I'm enjoying a conversation with my friends there at dinner. And so let's talk through one of the systems that it has worked really well for me and a whole bunch of other companies that I think could work well for you also.